Hi, welcome back to another Insider. I apologize for the noise, but something that I cannot control. Today we are going to talk about New Year's resolutions. So we have started a new year, and as entrepreneurs, what should be our New Year's resolutions? What should we be looking at the beginning of the year to start planning the year ahead and make sure that we do or we make the right decisions for us and for our business. So come with me in this Translate Insider. So we all know at the beginning of the year it's time to kind of reborn and come with new things and a plan for the year ahead. This is usually done at the very end of the previous year or throughout the previous year, according to what changes do you want to make. But it is always important that as a business person, you make the right decisions, and at the beginning of every year, you know that you have to make some changes. You need to assess and reassess what is your position and in what position do you want to be? Are you in where you want to be? Do you need to make some changes? Is there some adjustments that you need? All of these things need to be prepared. So this is your New Year resolutions. For example, one of the things that sometimes gets a little bit overlooked is a website. A website is a main thing for any business. As I said in previous videos, and as I even say to my mentees and in my courses, one of the main things for any business is a website, is your main point of contact. It does not matter if you have a very good social media presence or if you are in translators forums such as pros.com. Of course, those help. And it's good because it gives you exposure and it's part of your marketing plan. However, you should always have your own website because that's where your clients want to find you. It's where your clients want to know about you. It's where your services are going to be. It's where, your about page, where you say, you tell them a little bit about you and about your business. So bear in mind that a true business needs a website. Without a website, it's almost like you don't exist. So it is important that you understand these dynamics so you know that must be there. So we have spoken about this. A website is important. You should have one. But another thing, once you create your website, you don't create it and leave it there for the rest of your life. It's done and dusted, and you don't need to do it or you don't need to deal with it again. That's not how it's done. Such as everything in your business, it needs updating because there's a simple reason for this. Every single time a customer look for a translator, for example, and they see your website on Google, they obviously going to go to your website. That's the one you want to be up there. That's the one you want the customers to find first. And for example, for returning customers, they might need to go and look and have all these because every single time they contact you, they may look at your website to see if the pricing was updated, to see if there's any changes. And if every single time they go to your website, they see the same page with the same content, eventually the page becomes dated because, in this type of industry, everything gets changed, and in marketing, etc., websites get changed quite frequently, and what's very trendy and what looks really good today it might not really look really good in 6 months time, or in a year time, or even 2 years time. So you need to renovate that website. You need to have multiple versions of that website. I would say, and I've said it before, every 2 years, maximum 3 years, you should be updating your website and creating a new version. So every time a customer gets into your website, it will be fresh. But also remember that if there is any changes in your business, change of address, change of legal requirements, change of pricing, anytime a new specialization, for example, or a new qualification that you have acquired, any change in your career that your customers must know about, must be updated in your website first. Your website is your point of contact. Your website is your main thing. So this must be your first New Year's resolution. Update your website with I would say with the pricing. That's the first thing that comes to mind, is to have the new pricing stated on your website. Because, for example, if you have a new price list and you have a whole price list in your website and your customer refers the pricing in the website, you obviously must honor the one that is in your website. So you would be worse off in case of any changes in pricing. Remember that it must be always updated. And then, of course, update all other presences that you have online that need that pricing or that need those updates made. Your LinkedIn profile also must be very good and updated. I have mentioned before, segregate if you have two very different specializations, or if you have two different things going on. For example, in my case, I have my translation business and I have my school, and I now have two different pages on LinkedIn, one for the school and another one for my translation business. So segregate that, because you don't want mixing things. Clients don't want to hear about translation, and obviously your students don't really want to know about your business. So you need to segregate that. So that's another New Year's resolution. Do you need to segregate things? Work on that. Work on your social media. See what can be changed. See if that content is getting outdated. If so, need to change. All of that. Change your marketing campaign if needed. If you think the one that you currently have is becoming either too overwhelming or it's not working for you, you need to make changes. And this is your New Year's resolutions. This is what you should be doing and what you should be planning. Again, and as I say in my courses, it's all about assessing, planning, action. So you assess what you have, where you at, you plan for where you want to be, and you act to get there. It's all it's a process, and it does not happen just at the beginning of your career when you do your business plan, when you plan this from scratch from the very beginning to start your business. This is something that you need to do throughout your career. I would say on an yearly basis. Every year is a cycle, and in every year you need to reassess these things, and you need to plan and evolve with these things, because the world is evolving. New things come along. You may need changes. You may acquire a new skill. You may change to a new specialization. You may start a new business. You may do something different, and obviously this needs to translate on your online presence and everything that you do. So I would say that your New Year's resolutions, it's very an important thing, an important process that you go through at the end of every year to start a new one. So when you start a new one, you already have this planning done. You already have everything prepared and done for you. So please bear this in mind. I know marketing is like a horrible thing for a lot of us. I don't really enjoy marketing myself either. However, we need to understand that if we run a business, if we want to run a business, and if we want to run a successful one, we need to take care of our marketing, and we need to know how to do it. And of course, marketing, it's all about getting a good website, getting a good online presence on social media. Again, and as I said many times, you don't need to be in all platforms. That would be overwhelming, and irrelevant, because you would be in every single platform, and some of them wouldn't be relevant to your business. So you need to choose, again, assess which ones would suit you best, and focus on those. I think that's the main thing. You always need to reassess. You always need to know what you need to do, and get with with the flow of things. You need to know what's on the market. We need to know what's going on, and always be on top of things. Planning is very important. Assessing is very important. You need to assess what you have. You need to assess what needs to be changed, because there's going to be changes. Every single year there will be changes. At least there will be changes in pricing. There will be changes in other things that you need. And obviously that needs to be catered for, and needs to be done, needs to be presented to your clients. Your clients must always get the latest information about your business, because if they don't, they can claim, well, I saw this on your website, and then you obviously have to honor whatever your client has seen in your website. If that information is not updated, that is on you, it's not on your client. So please bear this in mind. If you don't have a website, then you don't exist. Business need websites. So even companies, if you like to work with corporate clients, rest assured a corporate client would like to work with another business. They like to speak the same language, and they like to see a website, because that's what businesses do. So bear this in mind, make your New Year's resolutions, and have a very successful New Year. So for today, I hope you like these New Year's resolutions. It might sound like a little bit of a cliche, but actually this is something very important for any business person. This does not apply just for the translation industry. It applies for any business. You really need to assess, you really need to plan, and you really need to put those plans into action. And a New Year's resolution plan is always important, that at the end of each year you just plan ahead, and you plan what you're going to do the following year. So every single time you know what you're going to do. And more importantly even, is that you keep yourself relevant, you keep yourself present, and you keep yourself committed, because that's what clients will see, that you are committed, you are relevant, you are present, and everything is nice, fresh, and updated. That's how clients want to see your business. That's how clients want to see you. This is very simple. It doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be overly thought, or overly worked on, or far-fetched, or anything like that. It's just a simple planning. It's just analyzing whatever you've got, analyzing if there's any parts or anything that you can do to improve, and then do that. Plan. Of course, there's always those typical changes that always need to be done, like pricing and things like that. But then there's always those little tiny bits and pieces that you really need to cater for, and understand that if you change them, you need to update everything, not just announce it on social media. And then if your website is not updated, if you don't have those updates in your website, for example, and you get a client that refers to something that is incorrectly stated in your website, you will need to honor that statement, and that make you worse off. So bear this in mind. It's important to have everything updated, and that update always start from the website. The website must be your first point of contact. So I hope you really enjoy this, And don't forget, tomorrow I have my masterclass. And as I told you, I wanted to do it as a live, but I even managed to download the streaming software. I haven't still get the module of it, and I'm not sure if it would work for me. So therefore, I'll have to do it as a recording. But join me if you are in Sydney, if you are in Australia. It will be at 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Times. If you are, for example, in London or Lisbon, it will be on Monday, at so it would be today or Monday. I would prefer to say that because I don't know when you're going to watch this video. It would be on Monday at 9 p.m. In case you get confused or you don't know, it is a recording, as I said, so if you miss out right at the time it gets published, you can always watch it later. It will be published at 8 a.m. 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Time tomorrow. So tomorrow, 30th of January. And then you can comment with your questions, and if it's relevant, if I have enough questions, then I will do a live and answer all those questions, and you can join in and we can discuss that. So, and now for this video, put a like and subscribe the channel with a little click on the bell so you get a notification of a new insider every week. Before I go, I would like to thank you all for watching. See you next time. Thank you. Bye. And don't miss out my masterclass. Bye.